Glad you stopped by. I want to introduce to you something I've been doing for about 3 decades, and it's something I hadn't put a name to till now. It's called elastic business design. Now, you've heard of business planning, business financial planning, one-page business plan. Well, in 2024, I think entrepreneurs need more than a business plan. Now, a business plan is a great communication tool when you're going to a bank for a loan or chasing an angel investor, because eventually either what the banker or the angel investor is going to ask to see your business plan. So I guess the question is, what's the difference between elastic business design and traditional plans? So a business plan is a communication tool that shows the bank that your business is profitable and creates confidence that you're going to be able to pay back the loan if they give you one. Now, elastic business design might sound new to you, but yet it isn't. I've been providing elastic business design to my clients for 30 years, and it gave them a significant competitive advantage. But that was then. Elastic business design is part science, part detective, and part art. On the other hand, it's like having a detective comb through your business and financial records, examine the current industry and business environment, and then help you develop a hybrid business model that gives you the flexibility to help you make decisions about how you're going to do business. It'd be much so elastic business side gives you more flexibility. So consider this. I discovered certain businesses are growing at 50%. I mean, what difference would it make if you could segue into a business model that would allow you to outperform your best year and the competition by 50%? But before we go, I want to talk to you into that. I want to talk to you about the urban myth that 90% of businesses fail in year one. But it's actually false. It's actually only 20%. In the first 2 years, 20% of businesses actually close up shop. Now, these are statistics that I've been watching and tracking for more than 2 decades. It changes a little bit here and there, year to year, depending on the economy, but it's a very reliable and a consistent indicator. The numbers haven't varied very much. So this 90% business failure, it's an urban myth. So think about that. The risk of failure isn't in the first 2 years. So I was shocked when I looked at the fact that businesses with a hybrid model were outperforming their peers by 50%. So recently I started digging around for answers on a research project for a client. Now, using a modified approach, they were able to grow 50% higher growth rate, compound annual growth rate. That's exactly an extra 50% over their competitors. Well, in that process, I stumbled on the answer as to why they were able to achieve that. Well, they had hybrid business models. So I was curious. I looked further into it, about 20 different industries, and these growing companies added new revenue streams or profit centers. Now, they either had multiple streams of revenue, which diversified their risk in a downturn, or they shifted to a value-added business model. Now, in one example, some developed an app to solve their business problem, and in the process, outsold and outperformed their competitors. Others created new subsidiaries. Some renovated their business. They added technology or web-based software, perhaps, or a smartphone app, and this created new revenue streams. In other words, new profit centers. Now, creating software for your business might not be your cup of tea, but here's an important question to consider. Might you be leaving money on the table? Because what if there's a new enhancement or a new product or service opportunity that you hadn't seen or identified? How much different might your business and revenues be? So it comes down to adding profit centers. Now, I've helped some of my clients diversify their business income from a single profit center to 5 profit centers. And so I'm suggesting that to borrow a famous phrase, we need to be different. We have to get a fresh perspective because you never know what might be possible until you learn to step back and reevaluate and learn to look at your business through a different lens. Because the greatest risk of business closure is actually years 2 to 4. Because in that period of time between years 2 to 4, 30% more businesses close their doors. So that means the most significant risk of business closure arises in years 2 to 4 when another 30% cease operations. Now, at 6 years and beyond, that means 50% of the businesses are still open. That means after 6 years, 50% of the businesses that started 6 years previous are still operational. So obviously there's something that happens between years 4 to 6. The 6-year survivors have a secret, which begs another important question. How did they do it? Well, those survivors have learned how to adapt, learn, and pivot to design their business to meet the real-world demands of their customers' changing needs. They built an elastic business, and I believe that success leaves clues. So long-term survival today, it's all about productivity plus profitability equals survival. You might be thinking, well, that's a simplistic answer, and I've been doing that during the pandemic. So what? Well, that's a fair point. But here's the thing. Sometimes we're so deep into working in the business and operating the business that we miss important clues. So I think in 2024 and beyond, as we look ahead to 2024, elastic business design becomes crucial. It's essential for long-term survival, productivity, and profitability. Because elastic business design is going to give you new tools and new skills. It's all about the mastery of new tools and new skills. Because once you master the principles of elastic business design, they'll form the cornerstone for how you look at your business, how you make decisions about building, growing, and evolving your business. So mastering elastic business design is a personal and a professional development pursuit. Developing these skills will allow you to adapt and equip your business to thrive amidst rapid change and ensure long-term profitability. Now, this isn't just some nice, neat idea that Greg came up with. It's actually been decades in the making. I've been building elastic business models for more than 3 decades. And I've been a business coach in more than 38 industries. And I've observed that elasticity in business models is a key determinant of a company's resilience and long-term success because it provides both short-term results and long-term stability. It's a strategic characteristic that empowers an entrepreneur's ability to flexibly respond and adapt to various changes in the economic landscape, including fluctuations and unexpected events in market trends, evolving customer needs, and alterations in economics, or even regulatory policies from government. This elasticity enables a business to extend its capacity or modify its operations as needed, and then retract back to its original state when the change is no longer present. But elasticity has a direct impact on your profitability. It's quite significant. Businesses who adopt this different approach can swiftly respond to changes, harness new business opportunities because they planned and they work from a place and a mindset of elasticity in their business planning, in their business models, right from the beginning. They're in a strong position to mitigate potential risk and sudden change. So I ask you to consider a scenario. This might sound familiar, but where there's sudden change in product demand. An elastic business model will allow your company to quickly scale up production and meet this increased demand, thereby maximizing potential revenues and profits. But consider the possibility of unfortunate events. Would you be able to easily adapt if there was a major accident within your business, another economic shutdown due to a pandemic or or some climate change disaster that's happened in the last year, or you're seeing a sudden significant increase in business costs. Just as an aside, I remember in the 1970s when the price of fuel, actually in the 90s, 70s and the 90s, the price of fuel significantly impacted the trucking business. So you see, elastic business design empowers you to swiftly pivot and adapt, reducing risk and maximizing revenue. Or if you design elasticity into your business from the very beginning, because perhaps you're in startup mode, elasticity fuels rapid pivots. We suggest that a startup build elasticity into their business model and their business plan from the very beginning, as the benefits of elasticity extend well beyond new revenue streams and immediate profitability. Because when you build an elastic business, indirectly, elasticity enhances your company's reputation, customer loyalty, and overall market standing. Businesses that demonstrate adaptability and responsiveness are often perceived as reliable and customer-centric, and such positive perceptions can lead to increased customer satisfaction and sustainability, repeat patronage, and potentially more customer referrals. These factors, although indirect, significantly contribute to a company's long-term profitability and sustainability, because it's learning how to quickly adapt in a way that balances the short and the long term. By incorporating elasticity into your business design and business model, it's not just about survival in the short term. Instead, it's about learning to leverage change and see change as a growth opportunity, leading to long-term sustainable success. Now, with elasticity in the DNA of your business model, you're not just weathering the storm, but you're learning to dance in the rain. So if you're ready to explore how you might transform your business using elastic business design principles, don't hesitate to reach out to me today for a free consultation. Now, I've got, I think, an impressive 3-decade track record in over 38 industries, and I have the knowledge and expertise to guide you in designing your business for short-term results and long-term sustainable success. So there you go. You'll find a form underneath this video you can fill out. And if you'd like to, you can also call me directly at 403-307-8281. And look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll talk soon.